Hey, what's going on? Eric Cortina here, Texas Barndominiums. I know what you're thinking. He said he was going to be busy all week, but now he's on vacation. I'm actually not on vacation. This is one of the job sites. This is Barndo 176. I haven't shown you this one too much, but guess what? Today I will. It's right there on top of the hill. So, Barndo 176 is in Junction, Texas. And today we're going to be sealing the floors. Last week we prepped and stained the floors. Today we're just gonna give it a quick couple of passes with a damp mop just to get all the surface dust off of it, and then we're gonna seal it. Let me show you some of that. Tomorrow I gotta seal some more floors. I'm gonna try to do one video a day this week, but don't hold me to it. You know, we're approaching 5,000 subscribers. So this is going to be my gift to you. Hopefully I can make it happen. But anyway, we're going to go up there, we're going to seal some floors, and I'm going to show you how we do that. Okay, so first things first. We stained these floors last week. We waited for them to dry. They're neutralized. Everything's ready to go. We're going to seal them today. We're going to put 2 coats of sealer. We use Arizona Polymer flooring products. The first coat's going to be APF P250. That's going to be our primer, and that's going to allow the P501, which is the second coat, to really stick to the concrete. You really don't want to do the 501 or the P100 straight to concrete, because it's not meant to go directly on concrete. That's why you put the P250 first. So the P250 we're going to lay down first, and we're just going to roll it on. We have to mix it. It's a 2-part system. The cans come marked part A and B. A is 2 to 1, so A is 2 and the B is 1 part. So when you get the cans, the B part is going to be half a gallon, where the A part is going to be 1 gallon. Anyway, you mix them together. You mix them for about a minute or 2 at slow speed, and then you go put it down. Do not try to mix more than 1 kit at a time, because the pot life is already pretty short, and it's only going to shorten if you mix more than 1. So we have 3 guys. What we do is 2 of us roll, and the other guy's on standby, so he can mix, because you want to really maintain a wet edge. So anyway, we'll show you that today. And but like I said, today we're going to give these floors a quick mopping, a couple of passes, just to get any dust that may have accumulated over the weekend on these floors. We'll get them cleaned up, and then we'll seal the floors. Okay, so you saw how we mixed the APF P250. P stands for polyurethane. We do the part A, then the part B, and then we add about 10% of acetone. The acetone is going to give us a little bit longer pot life, and it's going to allow the P250 to flow better. It's also going to allow it to stay, it's going to take it longer to cure, which is going to allow it to get down in those pores and really stick to that concrete. So that's a little trick that I learned. And but anyway, so you know, add a little bit of acetone. We usually add about 16 ounces to a kit, and again, that's going to allow it to flow a little better. We're going to get to work. Don't forget your respirator when you're doing your P250, because that stuff smells pretty bad. So anyway, I'm going to get to work. I'll show you as much as I can, because like I said, you have to maintain a wet edge, so you can't be messing around. Once you start rolling, you get going, and you know, we try to roll 2 guys at a time, because you have to row and back roll. Anyway, I'll show you some of that, but again, don't mess around too much. Once you start rolling, get somebody mixing outside, and when you get down to about a 1/4 bucket, tell them to get going on the next batch. That way, when one guy's almost, you can leave one guy behind rolling, the other one can go get the next batch. Never stop, you know, keep a wet edge at all times. So anyway, enough of that. We're gonna get to work. I don't know if you can see the colors here. It doesn't seem like much. It seems like there's almost no color. And that's the hard part about stained concrete. The sealer is really what brings out the color. And if you get it to where you really can see the color on the floor without sealer, it's going to be too dark. So the way you can check your progress to see how dark it is you can take a wet mop and mop the area, and that's going to give you some kind of an idea of what it's going to look like once it's sealed. But like I said, the sealer really brings out the color, so it's hard to see. Okay, enough of that. Now we're going to get to work. Once you put the sealer on, it makes a huge difference. The color pops. So keep that in mind. Okay, so this is the master bedroom, and we have a master bathroom over there, and then we have a walk-in closet here. So if you can see, one of us stayed in this bedroom the whole time, and then one of us started branching off and doing the rest of it, so that when we come back to this common area right here leading into the living room, all these come together at the same time, and you don't have any like I said, we maintain a wet edge the entire time. So now I'm gonna wait for him to do that, and I'm gonna start doing this little closet right here, and then we're gonna finally make it onto the living room. Here we had no choice, so we just left a straight edge or a straight line right here in this hallway. We had no choice but to get it's still not dry, but you know, sometimes you have no choice. So they're mixing the next kit right now, and we're gonna come out and we're gonna start doing this big area. Okay, it's going good. Alright, so there you have it. That's the first coat. Do not try to save your rollers or your buckets even. At least not for sealing purposes. You just can never get them clean enough. And in order to get them clean enough, you have to use enough acetone that it's not even worth. You have to use more acetone than what the bucket is worth. So don't even worry about it. Rollers and roller frames, just get rid of them. Don't try to save them. If you try to save them, even if you think you clean them real good on the inside, there's going to be some P250 left over that's going to flake off when you're trying to roll. So just get rid of them. Anyway, now we're going to let it sit for about, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours or so. We're going to go eat. We're going to come back, check it, and then we're going to go through the entire slab and make sure, in case there's any imperfections or anything else that we need to deal with, we can dye them at that point. And before we do the last coat, we need to make sure that slab looks as good as it can. Okay, so the first coat has dried. This is the P250, before we do the 501 coat, I'm gonna go over the entire slab, like literally nitpick it and find any spots that didn't take stain or that there may be some, I don't know, something wrong with it, and try to fix it at this point. Because at this point you can fix it, you can dye small spots or whatever you may need. And you want to do that before you do the last coat. Again, so for example, this all looks pretty good. Let's see this spot right here. It's just a small spot that for whatever reason the stain did not take. So now that we have one coat of sealer, I'm gonna come back with a spray bottle and I'm gonna use some dye and I'm gonna mix it with acetone. I'm gonna spray it on there and just gonna blend in the color a little bit, and then we can come back and put the final coat. But overall it looks pretty good. I'm happy with the results, and like I said, I'm just gonna go over the entire slab, make sure everything's good, and once I'm happy with it, we'll put the last coat of 501 and we'll be done. Well, not really. We'll do the last coat. It takes about 24 hours for you to be able to walk on it. We give it about 3 days before we let anybody back on here. And so we'll put a note on the doors to keep everybody out of here. But anyway, overall, pretty happy. Now, there's two options. You can do APF P501 or you can do P100. P100 is what we used to use. I got away from it because P100 goes on clear. And it's, as you can see, it's gonna be really easy to miss a spot because you have clear going on clear. 501, it's water-based, so it goes on white. Now, don't let the water base scare you. This is some really good stuff. So it's gonna go on white, and it's going to allow us to see if we missed any spots. So you'll see it when we put it down. It's pretty good stuff. Now, we're also gonna thin it down. We're gonna thin down 501 with distilled water. So the reason we thin it down is, again, so it'll flow, and we want it to be like a sheet of glass. We don't want any roller marks, and you know, thinning it down is not gonna hurt it. Obviously, you can thin it down too much, but 5 to 10% is not gonna hurt it. So again, thin it down enough so it'll give you a longer pot life, and it'll just flow better and give you a better finished product. So that's all you have to do. I blended in a little bit with the dye, and you know, you may see a little bit of you may see it now because there's a sheen difference, but once we put another coat of sealer on top of it, you'll never see it. So you know, it's just little things like that, attention to detail, that's going to set you apart from everybody else, you know. So I went to every room, I took that same spray bottle and just feathered out any small imperfections that I found, and we're ready to go. So I'm gonna give it one more walkthrough, and we're gonna go ahead and seal it. So let's go. So what we did here is we put the distilled water in the ices to cool it down to give us a little bit longer pot life. I forgot the respirator. My head's starting to hurt, so don't do that. Alright, so we just got done sealing the second coat. We have this door blocked off so that nobody goes in, and then we put a sign on the other one to keep people out of there. So for 3 days, we're not going to let anybody get in there. The next guy that's coming in is the cabinet maker. He's going to come set the cabinets. After that, we'll deliver the trim, and you know, we'll keep it moving. So anyway, it is 5:01 p.m. So it's about a 3-hour drive home. I got to go through San Antonio, so hopefully I do not get stuck in traffic. So best case scenario, I'll be home about 8 p.m. Then I gotta edit this video. Okay, let me cut in here real quick. So I did not go home. It's 7:30 right now. I went to the other job site, the one that we're gonna seal tomorrow. Instead of taking the chance of getting stuck in traffic in San Antonio, I went to Kerrville, then I went to Hondo, which is where this job site is, which is about an hour out of the way. But again, I didn't run a chance of getting stuck in traffic. So now the trailer's here, and tomorrow we're gonna come straight here and we're gonna seal these floors. Anyway, again, I'm not promising anything, but I'm gonna try to do a daily video this week. So anyway, we are Texas Barndominiums.